point-to-point series is our next event in this game, and we have a choice of 3 cars we can use here. We can either use the BMW M5, the Holden Coupe GTS, also known as the Holden Monaro, or the Jag XKR. In a tour of 5 point-to-point courses. There aren't any cars or tracks to unlock, but you had better plan on finishing second or better if you want to unlock events 16 and 17 and continue your quest to become the world champion. Okay, so I most recently used the Jag, and as you would have expected, I won with it. The Holden I've also most recently used, so I'm going to go back to the BMW. And as for the colour, well, got some interesting choices here, but I'll go with this one. Okay, let's hit it. Let's hit it off with the point-to-point series and the BMW M5. As we begin our championship with Scenic Drive. Let's go! As I pretty much know my way around this course, both forwards and backwards. As I already move up into the top 3 with no problems whatsoever. Oh, and no one is driving the Holden this time. Well then. Unless there is a holdout, but I don't think there is. As I now take over the lead. And that's a wall. Did he honestly think that was going to work for either of us? Oh, we do have a Holden in this race. Okay, my mistake. Couldn't tell you who's driving it, though. Anyways. Okay, so we do have one Holden in this race, then. Probably wasn't paying attention earlier, but anyway. Taking the lead away from Wayne. And I'm gonna have to reverse. And immediately shifting up into 3rd gear, so I don't have to spin this car out trying to get it going again. Because, well, I had to hit a tree on the left-hand side. But anyway. I will make my way back up to the lead. There's still plenty more of this race to go. Still plenty of time for me to make up for lost ground. I should have taken that shortcut. I'm really starting to wonder now if I should restart. I think if I have one more crash at this stage, then that's going to be the nail in the coffin for this attempt. Okay, that's it. Okay, so attempt number 2 of this first race because, well, everything was going well until it suddenly wasn't, and because I was not satisfied with my efforts on that first attempt, I simply decided that was pretty much the nail in the coffin for that previous attempt that forced me to restart, because, well, to put it simply, my previous attempt was going well, then it became bad, and then it was just awful. It just became absolutely bloody awful. If I'm using this in British terms colloquially. But yeah, it was just bloody awful. After I'd run into a tree on that previous attempt, which basically just sent me careening straight into an unavoidable disaster. And because of that, I chose to restart. Because even I figured I could do better than that. And basically, the previous attempt in the end, it just came down to a situation where I was thinking to myself, okay, this clearly isn't worth it. And so here I am again. It's also because, well, there was a slight glitch in the video as well. There was also a slight glitch on that previous attempt as well, which, in all honesty, also gave me a more than good enough reason to restart, and that's what I did. Probably the first time in this game I've actually had to restart a series race, if you will. Or at least a championship race, if that makes any sense. Or at least I hope it makes sense. But you know. It's just one position I did not want to find myself in. Also, I just had a top speed down the stretch of 165. In terms of my top speed down that stretch. And yep, that's a wall. We're almost at the finish. Both of my mirrors are still intact. And I know there's not any shortcuts here, as I dive to the inside of that car there, and he's trying, but he's not going to get there.
You've won the race!
First race is won. So Dom finishes second in that race ahead of Mika. Ashley was fourth, Wayne fifth in the second Jaguar, and it was Juan who finished last in the third BMW. And because there is only... and I also hit a top speed of 166.
You're the tournament leader!
And because there are only 6 of us, points are basically guaranteed for every driver in this tournament. Got all those, and yeah, let's now move on to our next race. Shall we? Hopefully, our next race will go just a little bit better, as we are now at Rocky Canyons. Hopefully, I will not be as terrible this time around when it comes to taking the shortcuts. It's also because, well, I did have a previous attempt at recording this, but it went down pretty poorly, and basically it was because of all that I just decided, yeah, you know what? Well, at least I can say the shortcut didn't help the AI that much, which I think comes as a relief. Okay, this time I am not gonna shoot too soon for the shortcut. Wow, I actually timed that one perfectly. So Mika is now up into second position in her lone Holden. Of course, I did drive the Holden most recently, well, more recently in this game, and now the only thing I have to do is master my shortcuts, and then I should be there. And through the minecart tunnel, also stepping on the brakes whilst I'm at it, just trying to stay in control of my car. It also really confuses me to say that the exit of those minecart tracks is basically covered in red and white, when I think realistically there should be something that deals with all of that. Also, what the hell did I just hit? Was that something in the middle of the road or something? Or was that just a mirage? Something tells me it might have just been a mirage. Anyway. We are moving forwards. And I say that because there is so little of this race left. And I am keeping myself going. And on the brakes. And keeping myself going. And putting in a much better run than I did before. And there we go. I win!
You've won the race!
As we finish at the bridge. And I won by 1.4 seconds over Ashley. Wayne was third, followed by Mika. Dom finished in fifth, and it was Juan who finished in last.
You're the tournament leader!
As I have an 11-point lead over Ashley, and Dom currently sits in third. Also interesting to say that it was Wayne who finished third in that race. Well, there's definitely going to be some twists and turns, especially considering that's basically what a point-to-point race more or less is in this game. I also figure it might as well be necessary for me to get some thumbnail evidence whilst I'm here of my Beamer. I am so glad I actually got the shortcut right that time. Otherwise, if I didn't, then I would have been in for a hard crash. Still, I gotta say, my driver in the car, he actually looks really cool. Especially considering he is wearing a blue shirt with a necklace. I think my guy actually looks really cool from those interior views. Okay, we're done. 2 races down and still 3 to go. As we are now at Mediterranean Paradise, I've got an 11-point cushion over Ashley. Dom is 3rd, Mika 4th, Wayne 5th, and Juan in 6th. I also know that pronunciation because there's also Juan Pablo Montoya. Anyway, you know. We all like Juan Pablo Montoya, by the way. Anyway. We are going well at the moment, as we currently have 2 wins on the board, and as well as that, an 11-point cushion over the 2nd placed car. Something tells me this is also going to be the competition for the rest of this championship. But either way, things are going fairly well so far. And now they aren't. Or at least they were until they suddenly weren't. Because there had to be a van. I'm also pretty sure this thing is purple. Judging by its colour scheme. At least I'm pretty sure this thing is purple. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just take the shortcut this time. It'll give me some more air points. And believe it or not, air points is precisely what I get. And so we continue. And another huge air moment. I really do like those angles. I think it's actually a really cool thing once you get those huge air angles with these cars. At least it proves the shortcut can work from one side. But right now, things are actually going pretty well. It might also be because I've driven a lot of these courses before, and I do pretty much know a lot of these courses inside and out anyway. But anyway, continuing to move forwards as I'm now on the boardwalk, and that's a wall. Anyways, just making sure that I continue to hit my marks, as I'm now at I was at a nice completion percentage. Continuing my march up the order, and not gonna miss this shortcut because I need to take it. I'm also pretty sure that was a barrel. Anyway. I march my way through the field. Or I'm at least marching my way through these roads. Because, well, I'm still leading at this point. I've also got a slight itch on my nose. So glad those huge air moments are worth at least a couple of seconds. Because I was able to scratch my nose for a moment there, and now the itch is gone. Well, anyway. Not doing too badly at the moment. And getting some more airtime, I guess you could call it, across the bridge.
You've won the race!
And that's now 3 wins in a row. And Mika drops down to 5th in the end of that one.
You're the tournament leader!
So Ashley is still in second, ahead of Wayne. Dom is 4th. Mika has now dropped down to 5th. And Juan still has not broken his last place jinx. All that. Let's now continue. Continuing our drive through the point-to-point series. As we are now at Autumn Crossing. Let's go. I might also consider dropping back at some point, so in case if there are any shortcuts I need to take, I've at least managed to got them with me just in case. You know, in case if they're needed. Oh, okay. I don't know who that was that pushed me, but I'm pretty sure he was not getting past me, if that's what he was trying to do. Well, anyway. I've got my 3 wins now, so the only thing I need to worry about now is winning the championship. And also looking out for any shortcuts that may need to be taken. And yep, Mika clearly overshot the corner there. It was not going to work out for him. Mika, by the way, can also be a girl's name. And at the moment, things are going very unwell. Well, at least I can say the damage doesn't affect the handling of the car. And missing a pretty obvious shortcut there. But I don't think it's going to work out for them in the long term. I think I'm going the direction I need to be going, if I think about this in the long run. And they have benefited from taking the shortcut. I think I will shut my mouth now. I still haven't figured out what the horn button is yet. Okay, it's definitely not that one. Well, at least I'm moving up in the world. And now I am up into second and closing in on the leader. Oh, we're actually halfway through this. Well, that's interesting. But anyway. So, continuing my march towards the front. I'm closing in on Wayne, who is leading in his blue Jag XKR. Maybe this will be the moment where I manage to retake the lead. And also keep myself in the hunt if he does manage to take an unsuspecting shortcut. The only thing that really needs to be done here is for me to be ready for him. And that's a wall. And there go both of my mirrors. Also, is Mika actually running in third at the moment? I think she's looking for second. Over Wayne. Well, I think if there's any opponent I'd really want to... I think if there's any opponent I would lose to, the Holden would definitely be one of them. Why did I not take that shortcut? I think it's become pretty obvious now that... these AI are very good at baffling me. Well, I guess I'll just have to think about the bigger picture. Which is basically what I do. So, just keeping myself moving forwards. Doesn't look like I'm going to catch up to Wayne. Nope, I don't think I can get there. Although I might be able to. Oh, come on!
You've won the race!
Oh my god. I did not think that was going to be the attempt. I literally beat him by 0.06 of a second. Then it was Mika who finished in third, followed by Ashley. Dom was fifth, and it was Juan, who once again has not managed to break his last place streak.
You're the tournament leader!
And yep, that pretty much secures me the championship now, bar none. Alright, let's now move on to our next race. Alrighty then. Final race. 22 points at the bare minimum. Everyone else has been inconsistent. It looks as though the top three is going to be myself ahead of Wayne and Ashley. But we'll wait and see. It's still pretty much all to play for, but I was glad to say that shortcut at the end of that previous race did work out for me, and now the only thing I have to do is go out and get the sweep, hopefully. And if the sweep is possible, then maybe I'll be able to do it. Still, these have definitely been some pretty long events recently. I'd imagine this is probably going to be where the events are at their longest, is what I think. But anyway. Doing well so far. And now, the only thing that really needs to be done is for me to get the sweep. And it looks as though the field is running precisely where I think they're going to be running. Really tried to see if I could be slow enough to make the corner, but sadly, however, the game wouldn't allow it. And Wayne has now dropped down to 4th, probably because he made a mistake, but it's okay because the championship will be clinched bar none, regardless of what the AI does. I've got a 22-point advantage over Wayne heading into this race because that's just how inconsistent the AI have been in terms of their finishing results. And it looks as though this is going to be where I am more than likely take home the title. As a matter of fact, I am certain the championship will be mine regardless of what happens. Although I still need to finish it, but points-wise, I'm basically the champion-elect. Oh, there's a clock tower there. That's very interesting. Anyways. This is pretty much a city, judging by its landscape. And back up onto the highway. As I continue to lead this race very comfortably. Downshifting there to avoid that minivan. And everything appears to be going well. So downshifting into 3rd. And hopefully this time at least I will not miss the essential shortcut. And hopefully this time at least I will not miss the essential shortcut. There was nothing I could have done there about that car coming towards me. Either way, it doesn't matter because I still lead. And I think Mika has basically dropped out of contention at this stage. She was running as high as 3rd early on, but I don't think she's going to get it anymore. I think she'll probably... Why do I keep saying she? I think he will probably finish in last. Sorry, he will probably finish in 4th. Because I believe that is where Mika was at the time before we started this race. And I need to take these shortcuts. There's no way in hell I'm going to miss the shortcuts this time. I need to be absolutely sure that I take these shortcuts in order to win. It's the only way.
You've won the race!
And that's exactly what I do.
You've completed this event!
And I've also achieved a clean sweep. I think that's probably what? Only the second time that's happened in a points event. Anyways, these are your finishing results. Oh, Mika did come back in the end. I'm also pretty sure all of these are guys. But then again, Mika can also be a girl's name, so, you know. And Mika had the highest top speed of any of us with 166. I'm also going to need to have a drink for a second here because my voice is dying. Okay, so won by 2 seconds in the end over Wayne. Ashley was third, followed by Mika. Dom finished in fifth, and it was Juan who basically finished last and scored the perfectly lowly 5 points. But for me at least, I have scored a perfect 50.
You've beaten the best time for this track.
Sure, whatever you say. We've also won the point-to-point series. Anyway, let's now go back to... No. I do want to save it here because this is the end. Apologies for that. My mistake. Okay, we're done. So, another points event is done, and next time we will be doing a time trial. Coming in the next episode.